Hello YouTube, welcome back. Thanks for checking out my channel. Today we have a Sabaton Friday. Checking out yet another Sabaton song. This one is the most recent official lyric video that was up on the Sabaton channel. This one is called Ruina Imperii, which I believe in Latin is something about downfall of the empire. I did read some of the history, and this is basically about the death march of the last 6,000 soldiers carrying Carolus Rex's body back to Sweden from Norway. A journey during which 2/3 of them died, frozen. Pretty ghastly and awful. So let's see what this song is. Expecting it's not going to be too cheerful. Definitely sounds like marching. Went from that very ominous start. Okay, so I looked up the lyrics and can see that it's definitely about the story of Carolus Rex has passed away. They're carrying his body, they're returning back home. Yeah, so interesting work with the synth back there. That's one thing that's sticking out to me. Obviously, the vocals are always really solid in a Sabaton song. I like this one where there's kind of this back and forth. I know they do that a lot, but they do it really well. It's always nice to see. Guitars are definitely just kind of driving, locked in with the bass, emphasizing that same marching rhythm. Same thing from the drums. Very ominous, very dark for sure. Yeah, that was interesting there with the chorus. They had that kind of backbeat, that sound marching, has kind of like a militaristic, almost a waltz type feel. Yeah, I like how that chorus is coming in the background. You have more voices. Here's a mix of female voices in there as well. I remember an interview, I think, where Joachim said that all of these chorus vocals are like former school teachers and a few relatives of his, so that's pretty cool. Oh, wow. That that felt like a very quick song. Pretty interesting. So, a few thoughts on that song. A lot of Sabaton songs will have kind of a dynamic element where they'll build up, they'll come back down, they'll come back in for the chorus, where they'll pull things back. Where maybe in like a verse they'll have, maybe the guitars go back and they'll just have the bass and the vocals. They'll do things like that. With this one, not as much. It was just kind of that slowly progressing, and they just kept adding more elements to the song. Now, with the lyrics and the idea of a march and everything like that, that totally fits. I get it. One little thing I did see reading the history, this famous painting about carrying the body of King Carl XII, Careless Rex. Now, I've actually seen this. Not the original painting. The original painting, from what I read, is in Gothenburg, but the artist who did this, Gustav Söderström, he did a second painting, which is in the National Museum in Sweden, which I did see when I was in Sweden for a few months, many years ago. And it's unfortunate because, I don't think I fully understood the impact of it. I did at the time, obviously, in the museum, you read the little placard, it says, oh, okay. Hearing Sabaton's music and following, this sequence of songs really helps you understand kind of the gravity of the situation. Every Sabaton song that you watch a reaction to, people say, oh, it's amazing learning about history through music, right? And they say that because it's completely true. And this album is really interesting. It's like basically a concept album. It's interesting to see this progression go along. Now, I knew a little bit before historically about the rise and fall of the Swedish Empire. But just having done, a couple of these reactions to songs from this album, I feel like I've really gained a better appreciation for that. And especially this song. Yeah, and especially this song, reading the Sabaton history thing about it, they had like 7,000 soldiers, 2,100 of them survived the march, and of those, 600 had permanent injuries that they sustained due to it. There were like guys still frozen on wagons, and their dead bodies were eaten by wolverines and everything. Pretty awful. To wrap it up here, these wars basically took such a big toll on Sweden, where they had so many of the military-aged men were in the army, and so their farming suffered, so they couldn't support enough troops in the army, kind of a vicious cycle. Had a lot of economic problems. Really unfortunate series of events. Impressive way for a Sabaton to commemorate their own country's history and even tragic events like this. They're doing so, I feel like it's very respectful. Thank you very much for watching this reaction, listening to this music with me. I do Sabaton reactions every Friday. So they have a very extensive catalog of things I've not heard, so we'll be doing some more. Would love to hear your recommendations, thoughts, all that. If you could leave a comment, hit like, hit subscribe, all that stuff. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.